This walk is a pretty basic one, to be honest, but I definitely needed to get out and stretch my legs after a couple of days of rain. And again, quite often I'm asked by tourists, is there any sort of circular walks you can do that are quite nice and scenic? So this isn't really one of the more obvious ones. That's the track, that's the road that goes down to Ardentiny. So if you go through Ardentiny and then you come up what they call the Larach, which is this hill here. There's a couple of hairpins down there. There's a lay-by here, but it says Baron MacInturner, so it's the Baron MacInturner track. Okay, nice wee place to stop, maybe have a wee bit of a packed lunch before you head out. It's not a long walk, so where we're going to go is down that track there, which loops all the way round and comes out behind that hill, and you'll get to a T-junction and take the left, and that takes you back up to this road, and you walk, well, effectively walk down here. So I don't know, I'll put a map up at the end if I remember again, but I think it's only like about 1.5 miles or 2 miles, but it's up a decent gradient, so it's exercise at the end of the day. But hopefully I can do this walk before the rain sets in. But it's very quiet, and look at that, I love that sort of misty look in the hills. Again, I don't know how well it's coming out on the back of this on this GoPro, but it looks lovely. Right, off we go. I have to say, so far I'm quite surprised. I was expecting this track to be like many of the other tracks in the area, really damaged by the storms of 4 weeks ago. I was expecting to see bits of the track all ripped up into deep channels, which make the mountain biking so difficult at the moment. But so far the track's in pretty good condition. I might continue. Whilst a walk like this isn't as colourful as it is during the summer, it has the advantage, a couple of advantages. It's quite moody. This subdued light, you don't really get that in the summer. But also, the big one, no clegs, no midges, so you can quite happily walk, enjoy the scenery, go whatever pace you want, and not feel as if you're fighting off the midges all the time. All too soon, that's us almost coming to this leg of the walk. Obviously that's only halfway because we still have to go back, but it's the uphill bit, so that's the the tricky bit done. It is a short walk, like I say. I'll check the map at the end when I've done the walk, but I think the whole route is probably about 1.5 miles. So, you know, a nice walk for somebody that's just wanting to take the dogs out, you know, enjoy the forest, enjoy the hills, just enjoy the view. But we'll soon be coming up to the track that we joined, which is called Baron MacInturner. So at the bottom it's Baron MacInturner, and up here it's Baron MacInturner, or MacInturner. But I'll show you that if I remember when we pass. I think since this was so quick, I think I might take a wee detour down to the quarry, just to say a wee bit about that as well. So this trail we're coming up to here is Baron MacInturner. So if you're just doing the loop and that's all you're interested in, you would go left here, buy all the stuff waiting to be laid into forest tracks in the area. So that's, if you walk any forest tracks, this is where all the stones come from that make them up. But yeah, so you go up there and you get to the main road there and then go left again, which we'll be doing in a minute. But I want to go down to the quarry, which is down here. Yeah, this quarry is like a weird contradiction, because on this side it's difficult to see because the trees have grown up so much, but you get a lovely view of the hill. You look out over the glen towards Loch Long and the River Clyde, so you know, beautiful view. And then you have the quarry. So again, maybe not the nicest of views, but like I say, all the stuff they mine here, quarry here. What's the verb to dig up rocks in a quarry? Oh, anyway, all the stuff they quarry here does go to all the forest tracks around the area, which in turn can be used for walking and mountain biking. So it's a small sacrifice, but one of the reasons I like this quarry, anybody that's followed my photography, I've actually shot quite a few nighttime photo shoots in here at night with just selective lighting. It is incredibly moody. Mind you, not as much as it was, because that's all stripped back now. It used to be there were berms of rocks here, and you know, you could do some interesting shots. But also, if you're in a band, you know, I think this would be an interesting location for making a band video, a music video. The only downside is obviously the gate at the end of this track is often locked, so, well, nearly always locked, so you would have to humph your gear down. But it's, I don't know, 1,000 yards. It's not, I mean, I've humped camera gear, stands, flashes, all sorts of stuff down here at night, and it really doesn't take long. But it's a wee idea anyway if you're thinking about making a music video. Right, let's head back to the main track. One thing I was thinking about is with all the damage done to the forest tracks due to the storm, all this is going to be needed to repair the tracks, and to be honest, probably a hell of a lot more, and it's going to take a long while before all the tracks are back to the way they used to be, which is a real shame. So this is us at the halfway point, where we've gone pretty much as high as we're going to go, although I suppose there is a slight hill there. So pretty much from this point onwards it's mostly downhill. The perfect walk. Everything's uphill in the first half and downhill in the second. So that track there, that heads down to the Whistlefield Inn and eventually joins the main road, the main Dunoon road, the A815. And this is the track we're going down, and it heads down, eventually down to Ardentiny. I have been told by quite a few of the locals that, like I say, this hill's called the Larach, and I've been told by quite a few locals that it's haunted, and quite a few people that I've talked to have sworn blind that they've had experiences on this hill, feelings of being watched, movement, shadows. In fact, I believe those tracks, MacTurner and Turner, I believe they're named after a local laird who was Baron Turner, and the ruins of his house are on this road. Hard to find because they're on a wee hill behind lots of trees. I'll maybe do a video about that sometime as well. But my understanding is that Baron Turner was heading back, was at the Whistlefield Inn, which is down there, and he was heading back to his house along this road when he got waylaid and murdered during the non-stop killing of each other that the clans were doing in those days. I could be wrong, but I think it's because they thought he was a Campbell sympathiser, and in this area the Campbells and the Lamonts were constantly at each other's throats and murdering each other. So I've been up here at night doing photo shoots quite a few times and never ever felt that I was being watched beyond the usual strange feeling of being in the middle of nowhere at night. But you never know. And here we are, the highest point of the Larach, downhill in both directions, just the way I like it. Wow, blue sky. That's the first time I've seen blue sky in days. Long may it continue. So that's another trail there that I like to walk. It goes down to, it joins the main road. I think it's called the Larach Trail. So it joins the main road, obviously further down there, and you can go up it, and immediately you can either go left and follow some trails that take you up to Ardentiny, or you can follow that trail there. If you carry it on, it eventually joins the trail that shadows Loch Eck, and if you go right it will take you down to the Whistlefield. If you go left it will take you down to Inverchapel. But there's also a left turning before you get that far, and you can follow it, and it takes you up through the hill, and that's your access point for getting onto Larach Hill, which you can't really see behind there through the mist. But that's about a 450 metre hill with a beautiful view over Loch Eck. I'd like to try and do that again sometime when I'm a wee bit fitter. But yeah, that trail's really nice. So, you know, and also as well, just before you get to the turn off, there's a wee trail through the forest which will take you down to join this road as well. So loads and loads of options to, you know, effectively you can do that trail 4 or 5 times and follow different tracks from it, you know, and that's a good way to spend some time. You can just imagine how lovely it would be just walking down this road in the summer with all these trees here in leaf, or even in autumn. The colour of them is beautiful. But that's what I love about this area. It doesn't really matter what the season is, it's beautiful in every single season. They've all got their own pros, they've all got their own cons. I think this is one of my favourite bits of this road. The road itself being one of my favourite roads to drive. But this is one of my favourite bits because if you've effectively got this wee steep incline, and all you can really see when you're in a car is those lovely hills. And as you start to drop down and you come to this curve, the view just opens up. Until finally, when you get down here, this right hand turn, bang, you've got that gorgeous view. So yeah, I love this road. So I made a video of it, which you could probably find on my YouTube channel, where I hooked a camera up to my car a good number of years ago, and I drove from the Whistlefield Inn, which is obviously at the bottom of this road in the other direction, and drove on this road all the way to Ardentiny Beach. Again, lovely drive, and I think it's a half decent video. Didn't even hit the sheep that ran out in front of me as well, because I wasn't really going that fast. But anywho, soon be back at the car. This area is also used quite a bit, I believe, by the outdoor activity centre at Ardentiny. Can't really see the track, but through those trees there's a drop off into a chasm. So if you come at it along the Larach Trail, you'll see a little cut off with some a rope tied to one of the trees, and you can drop down to the river, walk along the river a bit, and then there's a trail that takes you up the far side of there and then through the forest. So I think they use it for that. And another thing that they do in this area as well, which I only found out a year or two ago, there's a little trail up here, and it takes you across the top of this little hillock here, and you can follow it down, and it gets to a cliff. And I found a staging area for abseiling, you know, and some D-links embedded in the rock. And then when you climb down the bottom, you can see there's various wooden platforms, and effectively then you follow the trail out, and it brings you back onto this road again. So they use it for abseiling as well. I think if you're a kid and you're at an outdoor centre, Ardentiny would be hard to beat. Well, Benmore's pretty good as well, because they do, you know, they've got the kayaking on Loch Eck, and they've got the mountain bikes through all the trails. So, you know, both outdoor centres in this area are spoilt for choice for things for the kids to do. Okay, well that's us finished. Just looking at the stats for the walk. So 2.8 kilometres, so that's just over a mile and a half. So it really isn't a long walk. Less than an hour. So I think what I might do is, still got daylight, I think I might go and do another short walk just to get my steps up. But what I'll do is I'll screenshot this walk and stick it at the end of this video, so you've got a better view of it. But yeah, you can kind of see, oops, the little diversion that we did to go to the quarry. But like I say, it's a lovely circular walk with some stunning views. Well, moody at the moment and stunning in summer. Right, anyway, thank you very much for watching. Cheers. Just a quick addendum while I finish my lunch. It was so nice. I came back to the car, and while I was taking that video of the route, and this van pulled up and asked if I was okay. They thought I'd broken down, which was really nice of the guy. It was a works van. I wish I'd remembered the name of the company, just for a shout out. But that's what I love about this area. Everyone helps everybody, you know. And I don't know if it's because it's not a city and it's a little bit out of the way, but I find everybody really friendly. And like I say, if I'm in the pub and I happen to mention a problem I'm having with the caravan or something, there's always someone that says they're willing to help. And that wee trail there, that's, if you go up there, that'll eventually, and just follow the track, that'll eventually take you to the abseiling bit as well. Right, that really is my last verbal wandering. Cheers.